Good morning, dear students. Students, today we initiate new chapter definite integral. Okay, let's start with this definition. If fx is a continuous function defined on a closed interval ab and capital F of x is the indefinite integral of f of x and x is equals to a and b be the two given values of x, then f of b minus f of a is called the definite integral of f of x between the limits a and b. Students, suppose if we have a function fx which is continuous and it is defined on the interval ab, that is closed interval. Closed interval means a and b both are included, and capital F of x is the indefinite integral of f of x. Student, this is the indefinite integral. We have already done the chapter indefinite integral. So, and x is equals to a and x is equals to b be the two given values of x. Then f of b minus f of a. Suppose, student, this is the indefinite integral. That is your answer. Okay. By solving the fx इंटीग्रेशन, दिस इज द इंटीग्रेंट. सपोज स्टूडेंट्स, अगर हम एफ एक्स को सॉल्व करते हैं तो कैपिटल एफ ऑफ एक्स इज द आंसर. ओके, सो इन दिस वे दिस कैपिटल एफ ऑफ एक्स इज द indefinite integral, and after solving this we use the plus c sign. Okay, plus c is constant of integration, but students, here is the difference that we have limits x is equals to a to x is equals to b. Then we don't use here plus c, we put the limits. First put b and then a. So in this way we get f of b minus f of a is called the definite integral of f of x between the limits a and b. Students, in the previous chapter indefinite integral, that clearly you can observe by its name, indefinite means that is not definite. In that case we use the plus c. Plus c is what? If we do derivative of x square plus 1, then you get the answer 2x. If you do derivative of x square plus 3, then you get again 2x. But what about the values of 1 and 3? In this way, while doing the derivatives, then all the constants becomes vanishes. So students, to cover up, to balance the things, we use the plus c. But here we are doing the definite integral, so we have the definite limits. In this way, we get the definite exact value. So there is no need to use the plus c sign. So thus, integral of a to b f of x dx, this capital F of x is the indefinite integral. Now we use the upper limit. This is the upper limit and this is the lower limit. That is a to b. So first put upper limit minus, then put the lower limit, where integral of f of x is the capital F of x. So this is the definition of definite integral. Now we start with examples. Here we have example number 1. This is very easy chapter because you have already done indefinite integral. By using the same formulas, we will do this chapter. Example 1, evaluate I 0 to 4 under root x minus 2x plus x square with respect to x. We know that integration of root x is x raised to power 3 by 2 over 3 by 2. Integration of x is x square by 2 and integration of x square is x cube by 3. Now students, we don't use here plus c. We write here the straight lines and 0 to 4 limits. First write the upper limit in the place of x and minus, put lower limit 0 in x. In this way we get 2 over 3 4 raised to power 3 by 2 minus square of 4 plus square of cube of 4. If we put 0, then all the terms vanish, and 4 raised to power 3 over 2. Root of 4 is 2 and cube of 2 is 8. In this way we will solve this as 8. Write as 8. Square of 4 is 16. Cube of 4 is 64. By calculating this we get the answer 32 over 3. Here we have question number 2. Evaluate integral 0 to 1 1 over 1 plus x square. We know that its formula is tan inverse x, and now it's time to put the upper and lower limits. Tan inverse 1 minus tan inverse 0. Tan inverse 1 is 45 and tan inverse 0 is 0. So in this way our answer is pi by 4. This is very easy. Next is example third. I is equals to 0 to pi by 2. These are the limits. Integral cos 2x with respect to x. Integration of cos 2x is sin 2x over 2. Now put the limits. First put the upper limit minus lower limit. Upper limit is pi by 2. In this way we get sin pi minus sin 0. And we know that by the curves sin pi and sin 0, both the values become 0. So in this way our answer is 0. Example fourth is I is equals to 0 to 1, 1 minus x over 1 plus x with respect to x. Students, you can see here degree of numerator and denominator both is same. So you can also use here the dividing rule. Okay, but I use here the alternate method. Take negative sign common. Now by making the same, we here add plus and minus. So x plus 1 divided by x plus 1 minus 1 minus 1 minus 2 over x plus 1. Because of this negative sign, we change the sign here plus. So this comes 1. Integration of 1 is x and integration of 2 over x plus 1 is 2 log mod x plus 1. Now students, put upper limit and lower limit. First put 1, then we get minus 1 plus 2 log 2. Now put 0. 0, if we put 0, then we get here 0 and 2 log 1, and we know that log 1 is, value of log 1 is 0. So in this way our answer is minus 1 plus 2 log 2. Here we have next question, question number 5. Integration of sin square x with the limit 0 to pi by 2. Here sin square x, the formula is 1 minus cos 2x by 2. Okay, we use the formula cos 2x 1 minus 2 sin square x. From here we find the value of sin square x and put here 1 minus cos 2x divided by 2. Now separate the 2 in the denominator in both the terms. We get 1 over 2 minus cos 2x by 2. Integration of 1 by 2 is x by 2. Integration of cos 2x is sin 2x and derivative of 2x is 2. In this way we get 4 in the denominator. Now put the upper limit pi by 2 minus lower limit. In this way we get pi by 4 minus sin 2 into pi by 2. Sin pi comes 0. Students, suppose if we put the lower limit, then we get 0 here and sin 0 is 0. So our answer is pi by 4. Next question is question number 6. I is equals to integral of under root 1 plus sin x with respect to x and with the limit 0 to pi by 2. In this question, if there comes 1 minus sin x, then do with the same process. Okay, we can write sin x as 2 sin x by 2 cos x by 2. By giving the same angle x by 2, we write 1 as cos square x by 2 plus sin square x by 2. This will turn in the formula cos x by 2 plus sin x by 2 whole square. Now whole square to under root will cancel out and this comes very easy. Integration of cos x by 2 is sin x by 2 and derivative of x by 2 is 1 by 2. Okay, and integration of sin x by 2 is minus cos x by 2. Derivative of x by 2 is 1 by 2. Now students, put the upper limit minus lower limit. First put pi by 2, then we get 2 sin pi by 4 minus 2 cos pi by 4 minus put the lower limit 0. In this way we get minus 2 sin 0 plus 2 cos 0. Because of negative sign, we change both the signs. Okay, so sin 45 is 1 by root 2, cos 45 again 1 by root 2, sin 0 0, cos 0 1. In this way our answer is 2. So students, in this way hopefully all of you understand the indefinite integral. Do a lot of practice of the same type of questions by using the same formula, same concepts. So thank you for watching the complete video.